It was quite a first full day for President Trump as he was bringing dreams back to America. His political opposition was mired exactly where they have been, in lawlessness, depravity, and racism. America has outgrown the left. Those are my observations in today's preamble. Let's start off with Trump's announcement about the Stargate project. This is an artificial intelligence initiative that will be based in my home state of Texas.
Together, these world-leading technology giants are announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to hear a lot about it in the future. A new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in AI infrastructure in the United States and very, very quickly, moving very rapidly, creating over 100,000 American jobs almost immediately. This monumental undertaking is a resounding declaration of confidence in America's potential under a new president. Let me be a new president. I didn't say it, they did. So I appreciate that, fellas. But it'll ensure the future of technology. What we want to do is we want to keep it in this country. China is a competitor and others are competitors. We want it to be in this country, and we're making it available.
As excited as I am that someone in our government isn't content to let communists in China use our money to dominate the AI space, I should let President Trump know that Texas is hampered by leftists, and that could stop his America First agenda. In a continuation of something I call the Gang of 11 coup in 2009, 36 fake Republicans in Texas just joined 50 leftists to elect another Democrat-controlled speaker who falsely claims to be a Republican. This majority Democrat coalition run by the left wing is thought to be a major impediment to Texas upgrading its reliable energy infrastructure, placing human life and entrepreneurship at risk. It's done all to placate the left's toxic pro-China so-called green energy agenda. If Stargate breaks ground in Texas, they had better use part of that $500 billion investment and pack their own power. Right now, Texas is over-reliant on unreliable wind and solar energy production that has already killed 250 Texans in a major winter storm in 2021. It doesn't have to be this way, as Texas is the Saudi Arabia of natural gas, an abundant, inexpensive, and clean fuel that would put Texans to work and supply America and all of our trading partners with all of the inexpensive and reliable energy they would need for over 100 years. So while President Trump was aiming high, leftists were occupying their normal dwelling space, down there in the sewer. Here's a fake pastor that for some unknown reason was allowed to use a traditional prayer service and Almighty God himself to push perversion and lawbreaking.
I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families. Some who fear for their lives. Really?
Gays, transvestites, lesbians, and folks with actual gender dysphoria are living in fear of death because of Trump's election? Well, let's examine that, shall we? Who can forget the mass shooting at the Pulse nightclub? The 2016 massacre featured the brutal killing of gays, at the time a Democrat constituency, by another Democrat constituency, a radical jihadist. Caught between a rock and a hard place, leftists in and out of the biased press blamed the gun, not the jihadist. Many gays had said they would have preferred to have a firearm, to defend themselves from one of the left wing's little darlings. Hence, many started to question blind allegiance to left-wingers. Oh, and many of those gays went out and bought themselves a gun. As the trans hysteria being pushed by leftists in and out of government has kicked into high gear over the last decade, really, the rise in shootings at the hands of transvestites is hard to ignore. Proponents of disrupting the natural balance in youth with hormones and puberty blockers and other transition chemicals say that these things promote mental wellness in our youth. Not only is that turning out, courtesy of some studies, that claim isn't worth the paper it's printed on, showing no causal relationship between artificial transitioning and drops in suicide rates, some studies suggest it's just the opposite, that these chemicals are having a direct negative impact on the chemical balance of the brains in our youth.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.